Most of our practices that we've talked about so far sort of draw us inward. They bring us together as a community. We need each other to deepen our experience of gathering and growing. And even giving is somewhat interior as we practice it, but go is obviously a different kind of action verb. These are the practices that send us out. Go is where our full life, our faith, begins to matter to others. What happens inside of us has an outward manifestation. We go by practicing acts of mercy and justice, and we go by practicing pilgrimage. So acts of mercy and justice, that might sound like we're trying to squeeze two practices into one. They are distinct, but they are also inseparable. So yeah, we might be cheating a little bit, but really it's a 2-for-1 kind of thing. Micah 6:8, a prophet in the Old Testament. Micah 6:8 is a verse that's recognizable to many, perhaps. It's sort of a mission statement in and of itself for our ultimate purpose as humans. So when in doubt about what it is you should be doing with your life, just go to Micah 6:8. It's a great anchor for all of us. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. So mishpat and chesed, justice and loving kindness or mercy, are a matched set. Throughout Scripture, they consistently appear together. It is hard to have one without the other, and yet they are distinct. Perhaps a simplified way to look at the two is to think about the micro and the macro views, the small picture and the big picture. Chesed, mercy, loving kindness, that's the micro level. This is where we meet one another, one-on-one, in moments of compassion and care and mercy. We see another human being in need and we respond. We enter into sympathy with a neighbor's suffering and we react. Our hearts are moved by the plight of a person trying to make ends meet, and so we pay their utility bill. We give $20 to the veteran experiencing homelessness at 64th and I-29 because we see them as a human being, someone battling demons we might recognize in ourselves. We send money to assist with earthquake relief in Syria and Turkey. We stock a refugee family's refrigerator so when they arrive in a new country, they at least will not be hungry. We walk alongside a young adult in recovery, helping them gain stability and establish permanent housing. Acts of mercy, loving kindness are most of what we do together in our church mission partnerships here at Plattwoods, where the world tells us to be afraid of people who are not like us, and where the world dehumanizes people living in poverty or under oppression. Practicing mercy and justice opens our eyes to see the other and to find not only God's reflection there, but also our own. The final practice that we're exploring in this series is the practice of pilgrimage. That might sound like a strange word in a modern Methodist church, but pilgrimage is a way of going in our faith that has long been overlooked in many Protestant traditions. And I think we can reclaim both our understanding and our practice of pilgrimage together as a church. There's much more to the practice of pilgrimage than grandiose travels. On any excursion where we decide to become a pilgrim, what if your morning walk became a spiritual journey instead? A time in which you looked intentionally at the world and people around you. A time when you expected the presence of Jesus to walk alongside you. A time that showed you something new about the world. What if we reframed the old idea of a mission trip, where we tend to overfocus on our capacity to help and bring solutions? What if we shaped that into a practice of pilgrimage, where we go to other people with an expectation of nothing more than we will encounter God with them, because God is already there? Yes, some pilgrimages are special. They are planned and set apart. Those are important. We need to do them together, and we will. But some pilgrimages can happen in the backyard, or a park, or around the outer perimeter of the church, or through the historical streets of a racially divided city, or to the southern border of the United States, or to Pine Ridge Reservation, or to the grocery store to buy food for a neighbor in need. Because you see, it will happen sometimes when we go that the practices of pilgrimage and mercy and justice will converge. That is a risk we take when we walk with Jesus.